What's up, y'all? Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is the last episode of season one. We are on episode 55 of the Voice Behind the Voice podcast, and we are on the Show Up series, part four, showing up for yourself. Showing up for yourself. And now, of course, it's only right to talk about the end game. What is your end game? What is it? What is the success of your dreams? What is the finish line? What are you expecting to happen? What are you expecting to happen? You know what happens when somebody wins a race? What happens? They get like a parade. They get to stand up on the thing and get their medal, and all their family comes out and hugs them, and all these things are gonna happen. They get all these endorsements, right? So, um, what is your end game? What do you expect to happen? And the one thing that I have definitely been talking about this whole time, and like I said before, the actual season two of the Voice Behind the Voice podcast, I'm thinking about making it about this, about who is going to benefit if you win. When it's all said and done, when you reach the success of your dreams, when you wake up and you go, "Oh my gosh, this is it. I have made it. I am here." I would hope that you have a new dream that you want to go ahead and accomplish now. But when you get there and you're at that freedom, um, whatever freedom looks like to you, when you get there, what do you expect it to be like? I believe that you've been watching, especially this episode, up to this episode, because you desire to see your full potential. You desire to have a lifestyle that you're not living, or you desire to add to your life substantially. And I also believe that you are ready. You're ready to look. You're ready to envision the future. We can't, nobody can really say what's going to happen, right? We do vision boards and stuff, and I do believe that when you make a vision board, that stuff that you're seeing all the time is going to happen. And I I believe it when it comes to writing things down. If you make a list of things that you need to do for the day, and you're constantly looking at that list, and you stay motivated, and what gets you motivated is doing the first thing. So like today, the first thing on my list today was to get one episode done, and I actually have gotten the whole series done, and I'm checking that off the list, and then I can go to the next thing, and every time I check something off the list, I'm like, yes, I got this, right? I'm gonna do it. And and so it's like, what's that feeling for me when I get up and make a list in the morning? I already have my calendar events, of things that I want to do every day, and the reason why I put everything on my calendar, because I I don't like to forget things. I don't like to. I'm for even before I had kids, I would be like, what did I do yesterday? And I don't like that. So I put every single thing in my calendar, and throughout the day I'm moving things around to saying, okay, so I didn't do that at 5 today. I did it at 4, or I did it at 1. I didn't do it at 8 a.m. I did it at 5 p.m. So um I that's what I do. And so when I actually make a list, it's those things that I've been pushing away for too long. When I actually get up and make a list, like, I am desperate. Like, I've been pushing these things. They're things that I've been seeing myself skip. Like, oop, delete, didn't do that today. Oop, delete. So, um, when I get up and make a list, it doesn't happen every day, but like I said, when I get to a point where I'm like, okay, so the calendar's not really hasn't worked, so let me do this and then get back to the calendar. So you have to make it work. You can't just stop and be like, oh my gosh, the calendar doesn't work. No, I'm about to do everything that I've been pushing off. Today is the day. So, and tomorrow too. Tomorrow there's some things I've been pushing, that I need to do, like my daughter's hair. So, um, so understanding your end game, and the reason why I'm talking about the list is because there's a certain way I want to feel at the end of the day. I usually don't say at the end of the day unless it's totally necessary, and obviously it's necessary. So at the end of the day, I want to feel a certain way when that list is done. And it I feel like it, for me, it builds something in me that is very necessary. And I can't put a whole lot of words to it, but there's something that happens to me on the inside when I accomplish something, when I achieve something. And when I say the success of your dreams, I'm talking about a really big thing, but this works when it comes to little stuff too. There's something in your house that you want to clean. You want it to be cleaned, or you want to paint a wall, or there's something that you really want to do, and when you know how you're gonna feel, like, okay, I said painting a wall, so you have this wall in mind that you're gonna paint, right? You're gonna paint the wall. You're gonna put a few pictures or paintings up on the wall, and you're going to put some furniture up against the wall, and then you're going to use that wall as your recording wall. You're going to record in front of this wall. So you already know the end game is I'm recording. I'm setting it up for recording. And now you have a list of things you need to do. You need to clean the wall, prep the wall for painting. You need to paint, pick the color. You need to paint. You need to, I think you pick the color, then prep the wall. Then you need to paint, right? Or, when I say prep the wall, I also mean buy all the stuff. You see how the list just kind of grows? And you need to get the furniture that you want, and the paintings and the pictures, and you need to get all the decorations for the wall. And then you already are knowing. So it's already done. In your head, it's already done before you started. Because you already have the end game. You know what it's going to look like. And that's how it was with me doing this closet, because it wasn't until I was just, laying in bed, and you know how I feel about daydreams. And then I just had a picture of what it was going to look like. And then instantly, as soon as I got that picture, the gun went off and I was gone. Like, okay, I'm going to put this here. I'm going to do this here. I'm going to do that. Then I got to do this. And it took some days, because I knew, like, okay, I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have to do this. And, I have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old, and I got to take care of them, and I got to do this over here. And so, and I think I was ending my 100-day challenge too when I set this room up. But when you already have, like, you have the success of it. Now, when I say the success of your dreams, like I said, that's the big thing, right? But you have what success looks like on your project, and you have what the end of it is going to look like. You know what it's going to look like. With my team, I'm learning to be able to give them full detail of how I want something to look and how I want it to come out. And I'm learning, because one thing that they do very well is they will do exactly what you tell them to do. And I have to think, if they're not doing what I told them to do, I probably didn't give them enough details. So they'll do exactly what you tell them to do. But that teaches me to make sure that I'm fully detailed when I envision the end game of this project. And I'm so grateful to have that help. But when things, even if it's something you're doing by yourself, like you getting ready to record in that room. Now you see it, you know what it's gonna look like. I even think, even trying to explain this to you, I never thought about it before, but even trying to explain this to you, now I have how I want my room to look like when I sit down and do season 2, right? So you guys, like, I hope that me doing that helped you for your podcast journey or your YouTube journey. I hope that helped you. But when you, the end game is, it's that daydream. It's that picture in your mind of what it's going to look like. What does your freedom look like? What does your productivity look like? Um, what are your expectations? It's time. It's time to see your full potential. And if you're having a hard time, listen, you can create it. You can create it. It's not something that somebody's going to tell you about yourself. Okay? It's something that you can create. You decide what you want. You decide. You create the image. And then you create the opportunities and do what you need to do to get there. And once you start, already have the end game in mind. And it's good to write it down. It's good to have pictures, to see pictures of what you want it to look like. Very good. If you're painting a wall, it's good to have, you know how people put that strip of what the paint color is. They stick it on the wall so they can see it. You have to see it before you see it. You have to envision it. All right? Man, I can't believe it's over. This first season is over. I'm trying to do like a super X-ray vision into like all these stacks and stacks of paper that I have laying around because I had a letter. I had a letter from my apostle, and I was gonna read it, and I lost it. I lost it. Man, maybe I will read it later. Maybe I'll just save them up. Maybe I'll save them up and kind of read them off. Read them off in season 2. But yeah, I had a letter from my apostle B, and in the process of hiding it from my daughter and not losing it, I found it. I found it. So I'm gonna read this real quick. God knew I needed this. God knew. So I'm gonna read it. I have not pre-read it, so please forgive me. I'm reading. Don't lose sight of your goals. Therefore, do not cast away your confidence, which has great reward. For you have need of endurance, so that after you have done the will of God, you may receive the promise. Do not cast away your confidence. To achieve success in life, there are 3 obstacles you'll have to be aware of and overcome. 1. Weariness. It's refuted that during the Kentucky Derby, the winning horse runs out of oxygen after the first half mile and runs the rest of the way on heart. So, look into your heart today and see if you are truly committed. Do not cast away your confidence, which has great reward. For you have need of endurance, so that after you have done the will of God, you may receive the promise. Hebrews 10:35 through 36, New King James Version. 2. Fear. When it comes to commitment, there are 4 kinds of people. A. Cop-outs. People who have no goals and who don't commit. B. Holdouts. People who don't know if they can reach their goals, so they're afraid to commit. C. Dropouts. People who start toward a goal but quit when the going gets tough. D. All outs. People who set goals, commit to them, and pay the price to reach them. Which one of the 4 are you? Fear and faith will always be present in your life, and the one you choose will determine whether you succeed or fail. 3. Complacency is the 3rd obstacle that you have to overcome. Success Successful businessman Ray Kroc said, "As long as you're green, you're growing. As soon as you're ripe, you start to rot. If you're wise, you'll take regular rest periods to refresh, renew, and refocus. But you must not settle for yesterday's successes or coast on today's momentum. But like Paul, I focus on this one thing, forgetting the past and looking forward to what lies ahead. I press on to reach the end of the race." Philippians 3, chapter 3, verse 13 through 14, New Living Translation. Something to think about. When I got this in the mail, I hadn't even started the Power Push series. I think I had just started the Power Push series, recording it. And I was like, I don't know when I'm going to put this. Don't lose sight of your goals. I didn't think about it. I was just like, what episode can I put it? Don't lose sight of your goals. And I couldn't think about it, but it just fits so perfectly here. I don't know how it ended up down there. It should have been up here somewhere, because these are the kind of things that I like to hide from my children. But yeah, I'm glad that I read that, and I'm glad that season 1 was a success for me. And I hope that you guys listen to or watch the whole season, like the videos, subscribe so that you know when season 2 is coming. I'm so excited. So now I might do some bonus episodes as I receive these letters in the mail, or if you guys have anything that you want to send me, email me, contact@mhudgens.me. Email me. You want me to read something that's inspiring? Maybe I'll do that along with my Saturday shorts to keep it fresh. So go ahead and subscribe. Check out season 1 of the Voice Behind the Voice podcast. Check out season 1 of the Prayerful Dynamic podcast. Season 1 ended on Sunday. And today's the last day. So I will see you guys on season 2. Love you, love you, love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.